Hey everybody! Today we are having a crash course on text setting. So if you like to write your own lyrics, or there's a poem you want to set to music for voice, I want to teach you some tricks and techniques for setting text appropriately. What we're going to do is take a look at a setting of Lord, I just can't keep from crying, a spiritual. And we are going to study the text together and try to interpret what syllables are most emphasized in normal speech, and then listen to a beautiful recording of the song and study its lead sheet to see how the text is set for a most compelling setting. Let's take a look. Before we look at the musical setting of the text, let us take a moment to read the text. You can pause the video if you'd like and read it aloud. And I'd like for you to mark the syllables that you emphasize when you speak this text. I have highlighted the syllables that I emphasized when I spoke the text. Now for the fun part. Let's see how it is used in the lead sheet for the spiritual that sets this text, and listen to its setting in a beautiful performance by singer Angela Brown.
Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime. Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime. When my heart is full of sorrow and my eyes are full of tears, Lord, I just can't keep from crying sometime.
I have highlighted the syllables that are most emphasized in this particular musical setting. There are a few differences from my abstract analysis that I did when just given the text, but there are lots of similarities. And I want to focus on what specific musical elements allow us to hear these syllables in this setting as emphasized. The most common way is to place a syllable on a downbeat, as in just, the first syllable of cryin, time, heart, the first syllable of sorrow, eyes, tears. Another way that syllables are emphasized in this setting is by duration, so longer notes, and there are several of these here. Keep is a dotted quarter, slightly longer than the other notes around it. The first syllable of cryin also has the equivalent of a dotted quarter note, 3/8 notes in duration. Time is very long, filling a whole bar plus another half of a bar. Similarly, tears on the downbeat of measure 12 has the duration of 2 quarter notes, or the equivalent of a half note. Finally, there are other syllables which are placed on beat 3, which in 4/4 or common time is also an important beat, and generally emphasized syllables will be placed on beats 1 and 3 in 4/4. So looking at my analysis, I'm using purple to show emphasis on downbeats. I'm using orange to show underlines under durational emphasis, meaning longer durations. And then I'm using green to show those syllables that are emphasized by being on beat 3. In summary, there are several ways that music makers and composers can emphasize text: by placing a syllable on a downbeat, by placing a syllable on another strong beat, such as beat 3 in 4/4 time, or using duration. A longer duration will also emphasize a syllable that should be emphasized.